In 2008, early in her career, Lady Gaga was asked about her fashion influences.
The artists that for me have been the most influential, I mean, like Madonna, David Bowie. I mean, of course I love them for their music, and not to sound vain or shallow, but I'm almost more appreciative of their work because of their visuals. I mean, it completely changes the way that you listen to the music.
In 2008, Lady Gaga appears on Info Plus, where she's asked about her influences.
Lots of artists from the late 60s, the 70s, David Bowie's a big influence. The idea, yes, I think.
Little nod to David Bowie.
Yeah, no, this is just like a magnet, like I'm trying to get him to come to me. So I think if I just have one of these on me at all times, it's like a superhero patch. But a lot of these figures, Madonna, you know, it's really about persona. It's about applying what you believe in to the world and to the people around you. Sure, Andy Warhol's an influence, but you know, so are a lot of different artists, and the avant-garde and future and saying things just in a new way, but still vintage. So it's like the vintage future, retro space, you know. So yes.
In a 2008 blog interview, Lady Gaga is asked which diva's level of success she hopes to reach.
I have to ask, because we're a gay blog and we love our divas, what divas of music would you say that you aspire to achieve their level of success?
Madonna.
Rule the
although
world.
I would not marry someone that was homophobic.
Right.
Which I just don't understand, but I love her.
In 2009, during an MTV News interview, Lady Gaga talks about seeing Madonna at one of her shows.
I was very humbled that Madonna came to the show, and I had been hearing all week that she was going to come, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, and I didn't want to talk about it or tell anyone because I just thought it was kind that she would want to come at all, and I didn't even know if she knew who I was.
Right.
And what I was really excited to see was that Lourdes was there.
Yes, she was.
And that made me really happy because during the show I actually noticed some like beautiful spirit of a girl dancing, and I didn't know who it was, but I just kept waving to her up in the rafters. And then when the show was over, I said, oh, there's this sweet, sweet young girl up there, and she was dancing her pants off, and someone said, Lourdes had green pants on, and I'm like, oh my God, it was Lourdes. I mean, she was dancing, and you know, that's what, you know, really got me going. It's like she brought her daughter with her, and you know, she's a good mom, so she
Were you sitting patiently waiting backstage hoping that maybe Madonna would come by and come say hello?
Actually, I was just hoping and praying that she would get out safely because truthfully, my fans are huge Madonna lovers, and if she got spotted, she would have been trampled like the queen that she is.
In 2009, during an interview on Fuse, Lady Gaga is asked about Madonna saying she has the it factor.
When Madonna says you have that it factor, what does that do to you? I mean, it sounds like a heap of pressure to me.
That's kind of like saying that Rivera can't handle the ninth inning.
Yankee references from Gaga, I love that.
But you know what I mean?
But
you know,
you're Mariano Rivera.
I'm a closer. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, when Madonna says something like that, I'm not the kind of woman that pisses out in the ninth inning. I rise and I close.
In 2009, during a VoiceVox interview, Lady Gaga is asked about being compared to Madonna.
And I know it's an easy, superficial comparison to make, maybe, in your view. I don't think ever once have I seen you on your own bring up the name Madonna. And like, you know, I think beyond the superficial similarities, I think people come back to the Italian-American thing. They come back to the driven thing. They come back to the fact that there's a visual thread, and thought goes into visuals as well as the music. The fact, and so I mean, I do think there's valid, you know, grounds for comparison there. Do you agree? And do you have any, in terms of your growing up, your influences, history with her?
Well, I love Madonna. I used to listen to Madonna with my mom at home when I was little, and we would dance around. And I have fond memories of learning about my sexuality through Madonna's music.
So with looks?
Yes, but to get back to the Madonna thing, because
yeah.
I don't want to deviate from your question, because it's funny, we kind of did, and you make your point. But I have found that I arrive upon comparisons more than I make an effort to be like them. So I was making music in New York, and I've been called so many different things. I mean, it's like when I was a brunette, they called me Amy Winehouse in New York. When I was a blonde, they called me Madonna, and then they called me Christina, and then they called me Gwen. And then, I mean, it's like, they just list off every single female pop artist, and I think
that's kind of lazy.
I think it's just that people don't have good references, and they only their musical knowledge only goes so far back, so they can only mention those few names. But I don't know, with the Madonna reference, it's funny because I never saw it until people started to say it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, I can see that, because I'm kind of I say what I think, and I say what other people think they shouldn't say, but are thinking. And
I bet you're a tough boss to work with.
Well, I'm very bossy, but I'm smart. So bossy and smart.
So I mean, I don't think there's bad comparisons. When people use her as and I understand why you don't really want to go there that often, probably because it seems sort of.
Well, it's also. It's almost safer in a way to say how much I look up to David Bowie, and because they're men, and people won't, truthfully, in a real way. I don't think that I'm like David Bowie. He's a reference of mine. I appreciate his philosophies. I honor who he was as an artist, and I think about what would Bowie do right now. It's not I want to be Bowie, it's how would Bowie do this?
In 2010 on Larry King Live, Lady Gaga addresses the comparisons to Madonna.
We mentioned Madonna earlier, and many articles about you refer to Madonna, comparisons, parallels. What do you make of all that? What do you think of her?
Oh, I think Madonna's great. She's been a wonderful friend and very kind and supportive and amazing, and she's such an incredible woman. And I get compared to so many people, and we all get compared to each other, whether we're blonde, brunette, black, white, straight, gay. But on another level, it's kind of funny because my mother actually looks very much like Madonna, and the older I've gotten, I look more and more like my mother. So sometimes I just want to say, it's not my fault that I look like her.
Did you have fun doing that skit with her on Saturday Night Live?
I did. She's great. We had a blast. We were laughing. We're both quite militant about rehearsals, so we were driving everybody crazy, rehearsing over and over and over again. And SNL wanted us to go get ready for the show, and we kept going. But she's so great, and of course there's no bad comparison to Madonna. She's wonderful. And there can never be another, so I have to think of even more ways to annoy and shock everyone, because she's done everything.
Oh, there'll never be another you either.
In 2010, during a show studio interview, Lady Gaga is asked about meeting her influences, specifically Madonna.
Madonna is a wonderful, wonderful person, and she is so full of the most wonderful freedom and spirit, and she is so kind, and working with her has always been very exciting and very fun, and we have shared some wonderful, honest moments together. She comes to my shows, I ask her questions, she's given me advice. It's been my experience in the industry that I have connected on a much deeper level with the most iconic and legendary people that I have admired, and have not connected with any of my contemporaries. But I would say the one thing that they all have in common, the legends that is that they are the nicest, most wonderful human beings you have ever met in your life. And that has freed me. I used to be quite guarded in interviews. I mean, I would sit there like, you know, with glasses on and barely speak, and I almost developed like an accent at one point because I was so fucking guarded and so nervous that the media was trying to destroy me, and I let it go. And I let it go much more when I got to meet all of these people that I worshipped as a child. And then when you play piano with Elton John and you realize that he is a fucking brilliant human being, but he is also the most wonderfully nice person, I thought, well, I'm just going to be myself because I am a lovely, wonderful, sweet person, and I sometimes don't allow people to see that because I have to keep my hat on. And but when I'm with my fans, I can take my hat off because they know who I really am. To be honest, I guess that what I'm trying to say is, as a segue from knowing and meeting and loving Madonna, it has freed me to not just meet her, but to meet so many other people that I love and to have worked with such amazing, iconic people. It can be terrifying. Hollywood is terrifying. I hate Hollywood. It's terrifying. It's not real. It's completely fake and artificial, and there's this tremendous sense of tension and there's no lightheartedness about music or art anymore. But I choose to exist in my own joy and just focus on the relationships I've built with the people that I truly adore and respect.
In 2011, during an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Lady Gaga was asked about the comparisons between her song Born This Way and Madonna's iconic Express Yourself.
This whole thing with Madonna and Express Yourself, what are your thoughts on this? Because people love to come up with
comparisons.
Yeah.
You know, there is really no one that is a more adoring and loving Madonna fan than me. I am the hugest fan, personally and professionally, and well, the good news is that I got an email from her people and her sending me their love and complete support on behalf of the single. And if the Queen says it shall be, then it shall be.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
In 2013, during an appearance on The Howard Stern Show, Lady Gaga was directly asked about the long-running comparisons and supposed feud with Madonna.
So when Madonna, I think Madonna's jealous of you in a weird way. Do you agree with that statement? I think that you have the spotlight now. You have the 40 million Twitter followers. You're selling all these records. You're going out on big tours. You're this sort of outrageous
but
one.
But you're
the
also like the pop artist.
Right.
You know, that's what she was.
You know, I don't know.
She knocks you, I feel. Doesn't she?
Well, I mean, there's not so many ways that you can interpret it, I guess. You know, I mean, you could look at it that way, but to me, honestly, I think she's more aggravated that I'm not upset that she doesn't like me.
Right.
Because I don't care that she doesn't like me.
It doesn't get to you.
No, I don't care. All the feuds usually that people write about they're very one-sided. It's me over here and somebody's feuding with themselves about me.
So Perez Hilton, who was a good friend of yours, I assume, I don't know, this is what I've read. Are you angry with him or not?
I don't really care anymore.
You don't?
No, it's so ridiculous at this point. It's such nonsense. And, you know, the whole thing is really rooted in Madonna. I mean, that's the sort of the center of it, and no one's really, you know, said that or admitted to it, and it's silly. And
what do you mean
that's
Madonna is at the center of the Perez Hilton feud?
Yeah, it's just sort of like, you know, there's always this pissing match. You know, did she take her torch? You know, and is she the new her? And is she going to outlast her or not? And it's like there's this thing with with some people that I'm a threat to the throne, and I don't want your fucking throne.
Right.
And no thanks. And I have my own, and I don't actually want a throne at all because I don't view myself as a queen. I view myself as one of my fans, and
it's
that's
funny
it.
when art turns so competitive, doesn't it? And yet it does.
Yeah,
because
there's
watches
plenty of room for artists.
because
aren't
everyone watches record sales, and everyone watches, you're pitted against
It's
each
like a
other
popularity
like bullfighters.
contest.
It is.
Yeah.
In 2017, in the documentary 5'2", Lady Gaga opens up about Madonna.
The thing with like me and Madonna, for example, is that I admired her always, and I still admire her, no matter what she might think of me.
Okay.
No, I do.
Yeah.
The only thing that really bothers me about her is that I'm Italian and from New York, you know? So, like, if I got a problem with somebody, I'm gonna fucking tell you to your face. But no matter how much respect I have for her as a performer, I could never wrap my head around the fact that she wouldn't look me in the eye and tell me that I was reductive or whatever.
So she's never like given you a call and been like,
No.
"What
Like,
you doing?"
I saw it on fucking TV. Telling me that you think I'm a piece of shit through the media is like, it's like a guy passing me like a note through his friend. My buddy thinks you're hot. Here's this, like, fuck you. Like, where's your buddy? Fucking throwing me up against the wall and kissing me.
Right.
Like, I just want Madonna to fucking push me up against the wall and kiss me and tell me I'm a piece of shit.